I think it's a colossal waste of time. We've had 4 bipartisan investigations of this already.
Despite all of the hearings, all of the information that's been provided, some choose not to be satisfied.
Our caucus is clearly among those who say don't have anything to do with it. It's a kangaroo court.
Every one of the conspiracy theories that Republicans have put forward has come undone and has never been proven. I'm not sure why anybody would believe that this committee and this investigation would produce a different result.
So that was Democrats and the White House speaking out against the special select committee formed to investigate Benghazi over the last several weeks. Remember, initially, many were dead set against any Dems joining. Well, now House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi, who warned it would be nothing more than a political witch hunt and a kangaroo court, appointing 5 Dems to that committee, saying the move will give Democrats more influence over the proceedings and keep Republicans in check. Tony Sayegh is a former aide to Republican vice presidential nominee Jack Kemp and a Fox News contributor. Bernard Whitman is a former pollster for President Bill Clinton, and both of them are my guests today. All right, Bernard, amazing change of a face and about face over the last couple of weeks. How can you go from a kangaroo court and Republican conspiracies to 5 people sitting at the panel?
I don't think it's that amazing at all. You know, we were on together last week with Ed Rollins, and I said at the time that I thought the Democrats should join. I actually don't really believe the investigation is necessary, but the investigation is going to happen, and to the extent that there can be new information that can be looked at, that can be examined, that the investigation can be focused, it can be bipartisan, and not turn into a political witch hunt, then I think the Democrats should join. And ultimately, I think the caucus decided and the leader decided that it's better to be inside the tent than outside the tent to try to keep things on track. I'm hopeful that Gowdy will be able to do that, but I'm suspicious.
Well, suspicious. You know, Tony, I'm sitting listening to Bernard, and I'm thinking, I believe that the administration and Democrats have been successful in calling it a conspiracy because we really haven't gotten to all of the answers. So why would they join this panel, in your mind?
Well, look, it was silly in the first place to even float out this idea that they wouldn't be part of the process. To Bernard's point, if it's going to happen, at least be collaborating in getting the facts out. And that's been the essential problem, Gretchen. The White House has obstructed this investigation, whether or not we've had 1 or 4 the entire time. They've withheld documents. They've sent documents that have been heavily redacted. We heard from one source that a 100-page document, every other word had a redaction. It wasn't until this Rhodes email came out of the FOIA request by Judicial Watch, a non-governmental group, did we realize the severity of the connection to the West Wing. And this is where Boehner, I think, properly played it, where he then called for the Select Committee. Remember, up until this point, Boehner's been holding out on that.
He wanted to see hard evidence, and then that's when this all happened. So we will have to see how fast this moves now. In the meantime, does the president have a PR problem, Bernard? Because yesterday he came out and addressed the VA scandal, and today he's visiting the Baseball Hall of Fame. Are the optics incorrect when we have vets dying?
No, it's not a PR problem. It's a serious problem of mismanagement and lack of funding at the VA. And I think the president has to serve multiple audiences. He has to do with a lot of stuff at the same time. I think that I do credit him with being very clear yesterday in the press conference to say he's going to hold people accountable up to and including General Shinseki. And I think that he recognized that Shinseki has done some good things.
A lot of people are saying about time. About time. For 26 days, he was silent on the whole thing. Optics, PR today, Tony, good or bad?
Leadership failure, bad optics, fine, but the leadership failure is really the problem. And the fact that we are here again, a Groundhog Day, another scandal, or at least a controversy within this administration in which the president comes out, veins outrage, promises to get to the bottom of it, and then goes about his merry way. And the one thing with Shinseki that he did wrong, which I think people are very concerned about, Gretchen, is he said he had a confidence in him. He said he wasn't going to fire him. That is the one person who you could really hold accountable for the fact that we have 40 veterans who have been somehow put on a waiting list that shouldn't have existed and died as a result.
And the numbers are growing. Guys, I got to wrap it there. Have a great day. Thank you.